Joining me now is Hatem Dhiab, managing partner at Gerber Kawasaki, a wealth and investment management firm, and Bruce Goldfarb, president and CEO at Okapia Partners, a firm that specializes in activist investor advisory. Hatem, I'll start with you. I do believe that your firm owns Tesla. I'm just curious if you still own Tesla, how big that stake is. And Tesla stock down today. What does it mean for those shares?
Hey, thank you for having me, Kristen. Yeah, we do own Tesla. We do own a lot of it. It's actually our biggest holding in the firm. Obviously, shareholders today are not happy or at least scared. We're not selling any of it. I don't think this purchase affects any of Tesla's performance. I think if anybody looked at their earnings last week would understand that Tesla is really just getting started. They're really executing in so many different ways and really amazing ways in this EV space. I think people are scared because the deal has some leverage that's tied to Tesla stock, and people are worried that maybe Elon will sell some of his stock, but I don't think that's likely.
Interesting. Bruce, I want to bring you in here as well. Your firm specializes in activists investor advisory. Are you bullish on this Twitter deal? Do you think Musk made the right move? And what does it mean for Twitter?
Well, it's an exciting time for Twitter shareholders, Kristen. Remember that when these deals are announced, we don't know what is the path going to be to get it to close. And we do work for investors, we work for activists, we also work for companies in these types of situations. And right now, both sides, both the company and the Musk team, are out trying to get a handle on who's buying the shares, who's selling the shares, and ultimately what's that going to mean to getting the deal done. I think where the pricing is right now, it's a deal that has all the prospects of getting done. But obviously there are the concerns that are extraneous to the deal. The shareholders of Tesla, for example, have concerns. As a Tesla shareholder, what kind of time and attention is Elon going to devote to the various companies that he works on? And if you're a Twitter shareholder, you do have concerns about execution going forward. But right now, the concerns are getting together the details to explain the transaction to get shareholder approval.
Hatem, another question for you. You're sticking with your Tesla investment for now. The firm is, despite the stock down double digits today on the back of this news, and Elon Musk, yes, becoming an even busier billionaire. In fact, the world's richest billionaire. What would cause you to sell the Tesla stake? What's the impetus for any investor watching, wondering, how long should I hold on to my Tesla shares?
We have no intention of selling our Tesla shares anytime soon, but obviously, we're watching everything. I think our biggest risk is if something happens to Elon. Tesla is run by some very, very competent executives and so forth, but obviously Elon sets the vision. I want to talk about Bruce's statement, which is we also have a small position in Twitter, and we're definitely happy with the deal. And I don't think there is any risk of the deal not being executed, because usually antitrust is the issue. So if you own Twitter at 54.20, I think that's a good number. And the reality is, I think the deal will probably close in the next 2 or 3 months.
Bruce, what does this mean for Twitter investors? Do you think it was a good deal for them? And of course, for Twitter users going forward, what should they be focused on? I know you said execution is one factor. What else should people be questioning?
Well, there is political risk in getting this deal done. There's a lot of attention to Twitter. There's a lot of attention to all of the technology and media and how that impacts our lives day to day. But from the point of view of shareholders, and that's really where we focus on helping our clients reach out to shareholders, help communicate with shareholders and getting transactions accomplished, I think there's an awful lot of tailwinds here to getting the deal done. One is price. One is helping the fact that Morgan Stanley and the other banks are involved here with the debt side, the announcement that Elon is committing the equity that he's going to put forward. And so from that perspective, things are moving forward. But ultimately, the devil's in the details here, and those details aren't fully formulated in documents for investors to read. And so when you have investors who are arbitraging a situation, they're waiting for more of those details. The traditional investment firms are looking for the details too, but if I had to vote on a deal today based on what we know, I would think as an investor you'd be supportive the way Hatem so indicates.
Hatem, back to you. I know you're active on Twitter. I know others at your firm are active on Twitter as well. For the user, what do you think Twitter looks like under Elon Musk leadership? What is the user experience like?
I love Twitter. I don't think there is anybody on earth that knows how powerful Twitter is more than Elon Musk. He's used it so well for so many years to promote Tesla, to promote, to fight short sellers and so forth. So I think what Elon can do is really can improve that experience by maybe removing some of the bots. Russians are manipulating Twitter. There is a lot of, really kind of spam that comes at you. So I think the product can be improved, and nobody can argue that this platform is so powerful for journalists, for politicians, for corporations. And if that experience can be better, it'll really be a fantastic product.
Bruce, another question for you is clearly privacy is at play here. Amazon former CEO and founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, not so keen on this deal, saying Musk does potentially expose and give leverage to China if this deal actually does go through. But for the user experience, should they be concerned about privacy on the platform as this potentially transitions from a public to a private company?
Kristen, I'm not a privacy expert, but we do understand how investors make use of the platform, and we understand how people communicate through the platform. In fact, at our firm, we make use of social media to reach out to investors. So it's important to be able to know that these platforms exist, and it's great to know that there's going to be people using them. That's really going to be the concern. Private companies and when private equity kind of deals are done, it's designed to make a product better. And ultimately, I think that's what's going to happen here with Twitter.
All right, guys, great conversation. So many questions still unanswered, but you helped us break them down a little bit here on Cheddar News on Closing Bell. That's Hatem Dhiab, managing partner at Gerber Kawasaki, and Bruce Goldfarb, president and CEO at Okapia Partners. We appreciate it.